Got one set up. And, I mean, we'll start recording yet, but we're not live yet. So, give me a little bit. But yeah, man, and as far as, I mean, obviously, I mean, you're losing weight, man. Is your plan to keep enough weight, though? I mean, are you still like, okay, I got to wait around so much?
Yeah, I try to, well, what my trainer wants me to do is stay within the 250, 260 range.
Yeah,
He
that's
said,
what I was
"Van,"
asking, because...
right there, he says, I still look agile and I'm able to move, but also with a little bit of weight, I'm able to absorb some of these guys' punches.
No, yeah, true, man, and of course, deliver some power punches too, man. So that's actually pretty cool, bro. Let's see, we are here.
But if you want, like, if you mention, just.
Well, we're already getting ready to go live, bro. So yes or no? I mean, we don't. As far as training, man, we're good, bro. I mean, that's enough. But we are live, brother. Let me see. Hello, everybody. sPidA here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, of course, in downtown San Antonio. My guest today, of course, returning once again, man. Bro, I mean, glad to have you on here. Rudy, RURU Silvas, man. Now, RURU, I know we brought this up before, and, I mean, it was pretty much people got tired of saying Rudy, right? So they just went ahead and said RURU. How did that come about?
Just a name that I picked up over the years. It mainly started out with back in the days when I was younger. You know, I would, and then, you know, going to parties and stuff, girls would, you know, I'd come in, oh, RURU, or, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So that's where it started.
Trying to be cute, and you're like, man, I'm going to keep it, man.
Yeah, it ended up sticking, and then, you know, my friends would start calling me Ru. So it became Ru or RURU, so I just, eventually, over the years, it just kept coming, and I ran with it, so.
No,
here we are.
So I'm missing mine now, right? So, hey, man. And as for, I mean, let me ask you, because you have been, you know, using that name for some years, man. I mean, do you get, when people call you by your first name, do you kind of not listen?
Yeah.
You don't hear it?
Yeah, it's even at the gym, because my trainer, his name is Rudy.
Oh, okay.
So when people are saying Rudy, it's like, RURU. Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't know who you talking to.
You see, and the reason I'm asking is because, I mean, I don't use my real name when it comes to social media, man, and every once in a while somebody will call me Mario, and I'm like, oh, crap, okay, me, you know, like, I forget, bro, and it's just something, even my kids call me sPidA. I mean, that's how bad it is, bro, and they're like, sPidA, I'm like...
My daughter actually does.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. She calls me RURU.
Nice, bro. Hey, man. And that's out of respect, you know, of course, man. But, I mean, the fact that they, I mean, obviously your kids know you're doing this, right? I mean, you're a professional boxer. And, I mean, them seeing you compete, man, I mean, are they in sports themselves?
Not yet. My oldest is starting to get into gymnastics. So
nice.
I'm going to start looking here in the new year for places for her to go to try out gymnastics, because she's like really, really into it.
Nice, bro. Again, is that something that you might add to your curriculum later, bro?
Actually, yeah.
Bro, I'm asking because when we first started doing MMA in 2000, our instructor left the studio and we started training at a gymnasium. And like the first few months, I was like, oh, it's kind of awkward, you know, all these kids and, you know, just people that weren't fighting or just. Mm-hmm. But man, I started seeing these little kids with six packs walking around, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing, man? And that's actually like when I first started getting into bodyweight training, man. Mm-hmm. I started like reading, you know, back then before internet, of course, you know, this is back when. But I started adding a lot of their workouts into my curriculum, and I was like, damn, I got stronger. I got my base got, you know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of different things. But that'd be pretty cool, man. I'm gonna keep up with that, man.
Yeah. For sure, definitely gonna look into that.
No, definitely, bro, and of course, man. I mean, right now, the fight. I mean, of course, it's happening in December, and I mean, you've been training like a madman, bro. So, what does your workout schedule look like right now?
Right now, I usually do my cardio in the morning, do my run about 3.5 to 4 miles in the morning, and then I rest, you know, throughout the day, hang out with the girls throughout the day. And come nighttime is when it's go time.
Yeah, that's when you're like, okay, I'll go take a nap. I'm gonna go work out.
That consists of whatever, you know, my trainer asks for me, and you know we go hard in the gym. Like it's we go hard. There's some days where I'm like, you know, I don't want to go. yeah, he's gonna kick my ass today.
My car.
But the love and the discipline that you have to do it. On those days are probably the best days of working out is when you don't want to be there.
You see, man, and of course that goes back to mental training, man. Because of course, convincing yourself, making yourself go like, man, I mean, it's got to be tough, bro. I know. Once again, dude, when I first started training, like I used to go to this ballets. My instructor used to go there, man. And like there's days where I was like, man, I'm just gonna go work out and go home. Like I'm not training today, man. And I would get there and he'd see me. He'd be like, hey, going to the gym, and I'm like. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I'd be like, no, I gotta go work out, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, but I'm glad it happened. I mean, I didn't have to, but it was just, myself. I was like, man, I'm gonna go work out.
Yeah. And
I enjoyed it, man. So of course, you have to enjoy it a little bit. I mean, just enough for you to keep going, man.
Like once you finish your workout and you're like, whew, okay, but then you feel accomplished. You feel like, all right, I'm glad I came Because then too, if I don't, some days when I can't go to the gym, like for real emergency or whatever, I feel guilty. Like I feel guilty, like dude, like dang, I could be I look at the time all the time, like dang, I could be at the gym right now doing something.
No. You see, and that also goes with the. I mean, do you have anybody else fighting on this card with you? Like teammates?
Yeah, my buddy Joseph Johnson is fighting, and I think he's the only one. Just me and Joseph Johnson.
You see, and then the reason I'm asking is because even those days that you can, I mean, you kind of feel, accountable, right? Because you're like, man, these guys, you're helping them, they're helping you, and so you kind of.
And he's one of the guys at the gym. He's like, Ruru, you're a bad mofo. He's like, so it's one of those dudes that, he says a lot of good things about me. So like, I gotta live up to him now. Because even when I'm late, sometimes to the gym, I'll show up late. And he'll be like, you're late. So I'm
man, let me ask you, bro, because even here, I mean, we're inside the House of Jiu-Jitsu, of course, here in downtown. And they do a lot of Jiu-Jitsu, of course. They wear uniforms. Back when, like, I remember I had bought this, like, Jiu-Jitsu gi, and it was just, they had the patches, and I went there, and everybody's like, oh, man, badass, and I was like, damn, now I got to do good, man, because I felt like, I'm wearing this $150 uniform. Do you get like that, man? I mean, when you work out, do you kind of like, you know what I mean? I mean, I know clothes don't make the man, but I mean, you get new shoes and new shirt, and you're kind of like, okay, now I gotta perform a little bit better, man.
Yeah. There's even jokes too when we get new gloves or new shoes. Somebody's like, ooh, you know what you gotta do now? Because you walk in with a new pair of rival gloves or a new pair of Nike shoes. Just like, well, you better put them boys to work now.
Now you gotta break them in, right?
Yeah.
Man, and as far as training, bro, I mean, when it first started for you, I know you said your dad used to box back in the day, right?
Yes, sir.
And I mean, for yourself, man, I mean, you kind of saw him and you were like, okay, you know what, I want to pursue this. It wasn't until later on, I think you have told us at one time. Mm-hmm. But do you think your kids might want to end up boxing at one point?
Yeah, they say they do. Different days they say they do, but my oldest, she's really, really into it. Like she loves it. My youngest one, not so much.
The games?
Yeah, she's with the tablet. Like she's the quiet one. She's at home in her room with tablet. We have to go and check on her sometimes. Make sure, hey, you alright? You okay?
She's still here. What?
Yeah. Oh, alright. But my other one, like she's the one, my oldest. She's the one that wants to do gymnastics. She she likes the boxing. She even goes running with me sometimes when I'm at the track. That way I'm able, do my thing, but able to still see where she's at.
Bro. And I was going to ask you that she go work out with you, man.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You see, that's one of the things, like myself, dude. Like I have two kids, man, and for the most part, my oldest played soccer, high school, and Dad, let's go to the park and kick the ball. And I wouldn't want to, bro. I was like tired, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I'm glad I did, man, because it's just there's some times where I was just like, hey, let's watch a movie today. Let's stay home and unwind a little bit, man.
Well, but it's funny too, cause my daughter, she could throw the basic 1, 2, 3.
Oh, nice,
yeah,
bro.
So I'll put my hand up like this, and I'll tell her 1, 2, 3. She'll go.
Out of instinct, bro.
Yeah, just like that. So it's kind of cool. It's simple, but I mean it's cool that she picked up on it.
Yeah, because even if she doesn't want to compete, I mean, self-defense, bro. Women. I mean, it's crazy right now, man. I mean, the world's gone berserks. But but it's great for them to be able to defend themselves if they have to,
Yeah.
But man, this fight, bro. I mean, of course, like I mentioned, it is huge. I mean, it is going to be on the Fight app, of course, which I mean, it's got numbers, man. There's a lot of people watching. I know they host a lot of promotions. I mean, December 3rd, bro. I mean, did you get nervous when he brought that up? When he said, okay, we're going to put it on the Fight app?
No, because I've been on TV maybe about 4 or 5 times already. I mean, come fight night, it is a little different because then it's like real, like, oh shit, this is this is on TV, so now you gotta look good.
Life, you're like, damn.
So yeah, but I mean, when he said it, I mean, it was nothing new, but but yeah, to be honest, yeah, come fight night, like I said, it does get to you just a little bit, where it's like, all right, I gotta do this right. I can't mess up. I don't want to trip falling down the stairs. I know. So yeah, but I mean, as far as like messing mentally, no, it doesn't.
No, if you do fall, just remember you start doing push-ups when you're down there. Let everybody know you did it on purpose, man. But man, I mean, your opponent, man. I mean, of course, everybody right now, because you're still on your way up. I mean, you're trying to make it up there, man. I mean, your opponent, I'm assuming the same thing. He's working out.
For sure.
I mean, what do you know about the guy? And I mean, not to tell us your game plan, of course, but I mean, is there something already in the books? Like,
oh yeah, we got a good game plan, and what works even, I guess you could say better for, what works better for both of us, is I fought his brother already.
Oh, okay.
Me and his brother fought in March, and we had a draw. He knocked me down in the 3rd round. That's the first time I've ever been knocked down professionally. So, I got knocked down. Well, in the 3rd round, I ended up knocking him down the very last second of the 4th round. Literally the last second. As soon as I connected, ding, he was on his way down.
So they still counted it?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes, sir. He got the 10 count, and, so we ended up fighting to a draw. So we're waiting for that rematch. But right now, it's me and this is his brother.
Man, and I mean, it's not personal, right? I mean, it's business. I mean, you're going in there, but I mean, is it kind of like, okay, I gotta prove a point?
In a way, it's like I think I told I told my buddy here, it ain't personal, but there is beef.
no, definitely, bro.
There is, because I fought his brother already, and with his brother knocking me down too, so I know they're going off. You gotta hit him with this, and he does this.
No,
so,
for sure, man.
And since then, I've grown as a fighter. You learn from your mistakes, and I'm pretty confident to say I've learned from my mistakes. So this, whatever, if they're thinking it's gonna be the same fight, it's not.
No. You see, and that's one of the things, even myself, bro, because I'm in the media, aspect. I mean, I do video formats, and I put them out there. And then, even back then, I used to have fighters that would tell me like, "Oh, take it out, bro, because I got a fight coming up, and I don't want people watching my game, my game plan." And I'm thinking, man, your game plan shouldn't be the same every fight, bro. Like, I mean, you gotta, there's habits that you can't break, but I mean, there's, like you said, like from mistakes, you're like, okay, I know what not to do.
Exactly.
Work on those, but I mean, it's just.
But I will say, shout out to both of them, because they're some tough ass dudes, both of them guys. They're definitely no walks in the park, either one of them. They're both some pretty tough ass dudes. It's gonna be that's what makes a good fight.
Yeah.
And me and his brother, we got fight of the night. We were the first fight of the night, and we ended up getting fight of the night.
Damn. So you guys definitely made it hard for everybody else, huh?
Yes, we did, and we put on a show, and I plan on doing the same thing, just in a different way this time.
No, for sure.
In a different way.
And that's one of the things too, man. Because even like a lot of people. I mean, not so much that they compare boxing to MMA, but they talk about MMA guys going into boxing, and it's not the same, I mean, in boxing, of course, you got longer rounds, shorter rounds, but I mean, you got more rounds to go to, man. It's not, you absorb a lot more body shots, which can pretty much stop a fight, man, because I mean, you get those body shots in good, man. I mean, your opponent. You beat them down and then knock them out.
Shout out to the MMA guys though, because I know I couldn't take no kick to the face.
No, same here.
I could throw these boys all day, you know what I'm saying? But when you start adding elbows and kicks, you won, brother, you won.
Right? Take the W. No, for sure, man. And it's different sports, man. I mean, of course, there's a lot that happens. I mean, there's a lot of celebrity boxing thing going on.
Yeah.
I won't go into that, but I mean, this fight coming up, man. I mean, you got a lot of great prospects. It is going to be here in San Antonio. I mean, Seguin, of course, you're here in San Antonio, it's your home away from home. And, I mean, having family there, I mean, it fuels you, right? I mean, having them cheer for you. And
what fuels me a lot more is how I'm not from Texas,
No, exactly. Yes, sir.
Every fight, not all my family, but most of my family, they fly down here, they drive down here for fight night. So to me, I know it's still on my way up, but to me, it feels like, that support right there makes me feel good, because, even though I'm just starting out, the fact that they treat this like it's a world championship fight. Like, hey, Rudy's fighting in, you know, December. We got to be there. That makes me feel good. Yeah. So, you know, having my family there really, you know, makes me feel good.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, of course, I mean, you had told us before also that you're not from Texas, man. But the fact that you've been here for years, you've already established kinship, you know, friendship with a lot of the, you know, in your gym, you know, just from training and cross training. So, I mean, it's still kind of good because, I mean, it's not so much that you can turn people into your fans, but I mean, in time, you know, they start following you and, you know, start supporting you, man, because...
Well, one of the things I had said at the beginning of New Year's, January 1st, I said by the end of the year, I'm going to have everybody yelling heavyweight shit.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I said I was going to make that happen, and it's happening.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it in Dallas. I've heard it in Houston. Yeah. And, you know, so, and it's mine. It's mine. That's all me now, so... I mean, it feels good. Sometimes I see it like, hey, but then I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, go ahead, yeah.
No, you see, but yeah, bro, because obviously, I mean, you're out there, you know, saying it and living it. You know, it's, I mean, you're proving it in the ring, and man, I mean, when it comes to training, I mean, of course, conditioning is key. And I mean, what kind of workouts are you doing for conditioning, bro? What are you not doing? Should I say?
I'm not eating bad. Before, I would. You know, I would look forward to my cheat days. Like, no, I can't wait. You know, I can't. You know what? I'm gonna burn this off, so I'll cheat today, and I won't cheat Sunday. Yeah. Sunday's usually my cheat day. But this camp, I've been like strict on myself, man. Just strict because, like, I don't even want to take cheat days no more.
Yeah.
Because I feel guilty. Because now I've put in so much work, and then just to, you know, for it to go for a burger or for a time, I'm like, nah, like, it's not worth it. But I do a lot of cardio. Yeah. I do a lot of cardio, especially because of the size that I am. People look at me and be like, this dude? Yeah. So that's why I make sure that my cardio is, you know... I always had this joke, because I have had a family member tell me one time, bro, why are you still fat if all you do is work out and, you know, run? I'm like, well, let's go run 7 miles right now, bro, and we'll see who the fat boy is. Yeah. And, you know, so I want to be able to back that up, not just say it. So.
You see, man, that's one of the things the first time you came out here, I brought up because I was like, man, you know what? I mean, you think heavyweight and you're thinking, oh, okay, no cardio, you know, or they're going to gas out. But the fact that you're a big guy, man, and you're out there putting in work, bro, I mean, that's hell of impressive, you know, by itself, dude. So I give you props for that for sure. And your fights too, man. You go out there and you fight. You go out there and box. I mean, there's no. I wouldn't be able to do that. You know, it's just. I mean, those are things that it's like, okay, yeah. Everybody's like, oh man, this guy, he should have bobbed and weaved, or he should. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna be the couch coach, I guess you can say. But I mean, for you guys putting in work, man, a lot of, you know. I mean, I give you guys a lot of respect, definitely. And bro, I mean, once again, man. I mean, we're here in San Antonio. I mean, you guys drove down from Seguin. How was traffic out here, man?
Actually, it was smooth. We had a smooth ride the whole way. It was actually the good 40 minutes.
It was Sunday.
It wasn't 40 minutes plus 22 or 40 minutes plus 17.
Yes, bro.
It was. We left. You get there whatever time we got here, and that's what time we got here.
You see, man, and I had to ask because I pretty much work every day, and there's days where I'm like, oh man, you know what? I'll be there by 2:30 or 3:30, and I get there like by 1:40, and I'm like, crap! I forgot it was Saturday or I forgot it was Sunday because
I get caught in it every day. Sometimes I get caught in it so bad. Sometimes my trainer will text me, "Hey, where you at?" And then I'll send him a picture just so he knows, like, you know, I'm on the way, but this is what's in front of me. And then it's like the other day, I was on my way to the gym, and there was a 6-car pileup. Damn. So there was a 27-minute wait till nobody moved. So I'm like, man, and, you know, sure enough, he texted me, hey, where you at? And I showed him. He's like, oh, damn, you know, be careful. So, yeah, I get caught in traffic every day. Even when I try to leave early, it still happens. So I'm like, I just gave up.
I know. You're like, I'll get there when I get there, man. You see, man, and that's one of the things. I mean, I'm a delivery driver, contract delivery driver, so I'm everywhere. And there's parts of town, like, when they, you know, I live on this, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. You know, because I already know, like, dude, I'm going to hit traffic. If there's an accident, especially at 6 and 04, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not even going to attempt that. So I always schedule them for the next day, or I'm like, you know what, I can do it tomorrow morning, and, you know, but it's just like.
I also have a bad habit of thinking it takes 30 minutes to get everywhere. I don't know why that number stuck in my head, but I have a bad habit of thinking it takes 30 minutes to get everywhere. I don't know why.
I'll be there by 2:15, 2:20.
I don't know why I do that. I was like, you got to be here at 3. All right, it's 3:20. I'm like, all right, I can leave in 10 minutes. But then it's like a 40-minute, 50-minute drive. So I'm like,
Man,
I don't know why that happened. I don't know why I'm like that, but I do it all the time.
You see, and I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty close to, like, if I get customers and they're like, can you be there by 4:30? And I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what, I can make it. And I've been late a few times, man, yeah, because of traffic. But for the most part, I've got it down to a science now. I'm like, oh yeah, I can get there like 15 before or whatever. Mm-hmm. But 30 minutes, yeah, bro. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, that's a bad habit I have. I can't. I've always been like that.
Yeah.
Even like in high school, when I would, drive to school, I'd be like, all right, if I leave at 8, I have to be there at 8:30. So I was like, all right, if I leave at 8, I'd pretty get there by 8:30. Show up by 8:37, 8:40. Mr. Silvas, why are you late?
The principal's office. You're like, damn. You see, man, I think it was my high school year, bro. Like, my junior year. I didn't go to first period all year, bro. It was algebra 2, and it wasn't. It had to do with me. Yeah,
I wouldn't go either,
bro. It was. I was working. Full time, or it was a part time job, but I was working 40+ hours. Mm-hmm. And man, I get home and I'm like, damn, dude, like I had that extra hour, 2 hours sleep, and I was like, the heck with this, bro. And it was before they kind of got strict on it, man. But I mean, I got away with it, man. Like I went to class. The first week I went 2 days and I was already working and I was like, damn, dude, like I just couldn't do it. Yeah. And I remember I'd be in the hallway and I would see the teacher walk by and kind of looked at me like, and I would keep walking because I'm like, man, I'm not even going to make eye contact, bro. So I'm pretty sure she knew who I was, but she was probably like, who is this guy? I know this guy. But yeah, dude, the whole junior year, bro, like I just, I was like, man, I was making, making money, paying bills already, but it was some hard times, man, so I had to work.
But, for sure.
But I still, I made up for it though, man. I ended up getting, credit later on in my senior year, so I said,
Nice.
But man, I mean, as far as kids, bro, I mean, growing up, I mean, I'm sure I'm older, so I mean, for me, it was a little bit different because, mom was kind of like, hey, you going to school today? And I'd be like, nah. And that was it, now you can't, I don't know if you can do that now. But, I mean, for you, I mean, growing up, I mean, how was it, man? Were your parents pretty strict on you going to school?
Yeah. My mom's all about,
Nice.
school and working and stuff like that. So yeah, even when I was working, I would call in and she would, you didn't go to work today? I'm like, nah, why not? I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. She'd shake her head and stuff like that. But my mom was real big. My dad tried to be, but he was more like, I guess you could say lenient for it.
Oh yeah,
and it's kind of one of those, why don't you go to school today? Or why'd your mom tell me you didn't go to school? And I don't know. We need to stop, and then that's it. We need to start going to school.
What's for dinner?
If you're not gonna go to school, then you need to work, something like that. So that's mainly as far as I got with him. But with my mom, she wasn't playing that.
You see, and the reason I'm asking that, how strict are you with your kids, man?
Strict. Even my mom, like she even said, it's like, it's funny seeing you, tell her and get mad at the kids because they're not waking up, and you were that way. I was like, exactly, and you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, I don't want to fight for a living.
Exactly, and I was like, so you learn from your mistakes, and like now that I'm older and I see like that's something you do need to do to do in this world is you gotta go to school.
No, definitely, bro.
You have to.
And that's what I told my kids the same thing. I'm like, if you ain't going to school, I said work, but I'd rather them pursue an education. I mean, get up there and I mean, there's jobs. I know even my youngest, like, she wanted to do a trade, and I'm like, that's fine. But I said, because I got family, I got friends making $40-50 an hour, bro, being plumbers and whatnot. So I'm like, there's money in it, but I was like, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna do it. You're not just gonna say, I'm gonna go to class and but.
Because I wasn't always the best student in class, and I honestly, I didn't finish school, and but I've always had a job. I've always worked, and everything that I've learned in life.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't go to school, I learned the hard way, but I've learned a lot of stuff that school, wouldn't teach me. Nothing against school. Nothing against school. Like it's very important. Kids, go to school, please.
No, definitely.
Please go to school. But, there's a lot of things, for me personally, it doesn't fit everybody, but for me personally, I think that, if I hadn't made some of the choices that I did back then, I wouldn't be the person I am now.
No, I mean, for sure, you know, and like you said, I mean, you learn from life, you know. Sure. I mean, the same way with me, man. I mean, there was my senior year, they had that back to that credit card, you know, the credit for math, right? I mean, the principal's like, hey, you're gonna take calculus or geometry, and I'm like, nah, man, like I'm not trying to do all that. And so they put me in class, and I said, man, I don't want to do this. So I went back to the counselor, and I was like, you know, they were like, well, you need a math credit. And I'm like, well, what else is there? And they're like, well, you've already taken Algebra 1, Algebra 2, you've taken, you know, and I'm like, well, what's this? And she said, oh, it's FO1. And I was like, FOM? And she's like, yeah, it's fundamentals of math. She's like, you don't want to do that. And I'm like, I want to do that. And I'm glad I did, bro, because that class, they taught us about balancing our checkbooks. They taught us about taxes. They taught us about a lot of stuff. They helped me out after high school. And I said, man, I don't know why they would put that at the bottom.
Yeah.
That should be like, I mean, like one of the things that before you get out of high school, like, you know what, learn about
math,
that.
But that sounds like something I probably would have done. I mean, because, you know, you want to learn to manage your money.
No, exactly, bro. And for me, it was crazy because even going in high school, like I used to have friends that, you know, they had the latest clothes and they were always dressed nice. And I was thinking, man, I don't know, for some reason, I would always think like they were the smartest kids in school because they were always wearing something new, man. I don't know how that happened. But when I took that FOM class, a lot of the kids were there, like that I knew, and I was like, okay. And dude, like every kid in there was copying off my homework, bro. Well, what'd you get for this? And I'm like, and it's mind blowing because there was stuff that I was like, oh, okay, I understand this, and they didn't, you know. And I was just like, oh crap, dude, like what's going on, you know? But everybody was like, man, what'd you get for this, you know, or my homework, bro? We'd be outside and they're like, hey, let me copy your homework. And it was like simple questions, and I'm like, bro, seriously, bro, like it wasn't like geometry, it wasn't, you know, it was nothing crazy, but yeah, man, it's just for some reason I always thought about that. I said, man, this kid's got the, you know, the latest clothes. Of course, back, you know, my town, everybody had Jabos and Red Wings and, you know, dressing nice, bro. But I mean, it's just for some reason I always thought, you know, but that's kind of when that taught me something that's within itself, man, because when I got out of high school, you know, it's kind of like the whole don't judge a book by its cover, because you see somebody dressed nice doesn't mean they're good people, you know.
Right.
And, you know, you see somebody like me, it means, hey, might be a good guy, you know, but it's just, it taught me a lot, you know. Like I said, a lot of these lessons you learn outside of high school, bro, and I'm sure with having to work at an early age, hey, man.
Yeah.
Know? And then, I mean, as far as, like right now, bro, I mean, you've got, you're pursuing this. I mean, obviously you want to make something out of this. I mean, what's your plan, bro? I mean, like next year, I mean, what are you looking to stay busy like throughout the year? I mean,
yeah, for sure. Come the new year, I want to, you know, have a couple more local fights, you know. But towards this time next year, I hope, you know, to take that next step to fight. You know, I'm not saying I want to fight for a world championship next year, you know, because I mean, let's be realistic here.
No, but I mean, you don't know until you get that.
True.
That opportunity.
But I would like to step up, you know, in competition. You know, God willing, everything, you know, goes right, you know, for this fight. It will, but you know, It goes right for this fight. Come the new year, you know, we keep on the same track that we're on. But come this time next year or beginning of 2024, I want to, you know, be able to say like, all right,
nice.
I'm comfortable enough to, you know, take a risky fight. Like, you know, my coach had told me one time, he's like, I want you to have a fight soon to where you're scared to lose.
Yeah.
You know, like to where it's gonna bring the best out of you.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, that's something I look forward to here, you know, in the future, you know, sooner than later. But you know, I'm trusting the process and I'm taking it one fight at a time.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know, bite off more than I can chew. Because, you know, there's some bad dudes out there, too. You know, there's some bad dudes out there. I sparred a bad dude this past week. I sparred a really good dude. And so, you know, I did good, but there's just always somebody out there with more experience, you know, somebody that's hungrier, you know, somebody that's meaner. You know, I want to, you know, when it's my time, I wanted to know this is my time.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, of course, a lot of that is experience, because it's like, I mean, when it comes, even like the sport itself, bro, MMA, boxing, I mean, before you go out there and put yourself in that situation, you want to kind of experience that at the lower levels. That way, when you get to the big show, you're like, oh man, I felt guys like this before, you know. It's like you've been under that pressure, you've been, you know, to where you might be losing the fight and you got to dig deep and, get that win, man.
For sure, yeah. Like, that's, coming back to the fight between me and my opponent's brother back in March. Me being knocked down. Never been knocked down before. I got knocked down in front of 2,000 plus people.
Yeah.
So that's, a sink or swim situation. You either, you're going to, get a little all week down, sad, or, kind of bummed out because I got knocked down, so the whole fight's just done, or you're going to bite down and you're going to find your nuts and you're going to,
bro.
In that moment, my trainer, in that moment I told him it was my coach, Fern, my current trainer. He was at a wedding. He was out of town for that fight. So my assistant trainer, he I told him, I was like, I didn't listen, to what you said in the beginning of the fourth round, because I knew I had to bite down and either knock him out or knock him down for this to be a win or a draw. And I bit down and did what I had to do to at least get the draw. So. I mean, that says a lot. It says a lot about a fighter.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, it goes back to experience, man. Because there's guys that are undefeated and they're 10-0, 15-0, and then they lose, and a lot of times they don't come back because they break mentally and they're just like, fuck, maybe I'm not that good. But I mean, it is experience even after a loss, man. I mean, of course, something you don't want to take, but it's just it does make or break a lot of fighters, bro.
It does, and that moment, that's when shout out to Coach Fern, man. Like, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you that moment, but it was just a moment to where it's like, all right, you're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim. So I had to, do what I had to do for that fight to, get the outcome that I got. And that's when I reached down and grabbed my nuts and was like, all right, man, it's go time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. And of course, I mean, the results, of course, were what they were.
Yeah. I wasn't happy with it, but I was, I was fine, and I understood why it was a draw. I'm not going to do, I won, I know, no, it was a fair fight. It was an evenly matched fight, and like I said, that fight deserves a winner. So we'll talk about that one after this one. But yeah, that was one of my best fights. Even though it wasn't my best fight, that was one of my best fights.
Yeah, I mean, because you learned from it. I mean,
yes,
it actually made you, like you said, dig deep and be like, oh crap.
Mm-hmm. I learned a lot about myself also. So.
Man, and of course, I mean, when we had first logged in on this, I mean, we talked about the your weight, man. I mean, being able to, actually already, okay, you know what, wanting to stay within a weight limit just for this fight. I mean, you don't want to lose a lot of times, I mean, people don't get this, is when you lose fat, you gain muscle. Mm-hmm. So of course you want to keep that same weight just for your strength, for your power. I mean, this is a heavyweight bout, so of course a lot of times you get knockouts because of that power coming back.
Yeah.
So because you don't have any more cheat days, man, what are you eating to maintain that weight? Like, what are you kind of like, okay, well, I'll still eat like good carbs, or?
I eat a bunch of fruit.
Oh.
I eat a bunch of fruit, but come to diet wise, I eat protein oatmeal.
Yeah.
It's very nasty. Just so it's very nasty. But I eat protein oatmeal and 8 egg whites in the morning.
Damn.
And then, go about my day, run, chill for the day. And then I eat skinless chicken breast. Just, sounds fun.
No salt, no nothing. Right? Just,
brown rice, that's very plain. Yeah. And then that's it. Just mixing it up between turkey and salmon and chicken. But the rice, it's all day, every day.
Damn.
It's all day, and I will be the first to tell you I hate every second of it. I really do. And I'm being honest. I hate it, but I mean it pays dividends. It pays off in the long run. So come fight night, I don't have that extra weight or that extra. Yeah. That extra stuff holding me down. I feel light. I feel good. So
no, you see, and a lot of what you brought up too, man. That's good energy, bro. I mean, it's your body burns it off right, and of course you're able to perform a lot better. I mean, have you noticed since you started doing this in this camp, like you're able to kind of like pick it up a little bit more?
Oh yeah, a lot, nice. A lot. I even when in my sparring sessions, there's some things that I wouldn't do that I see myself doing now. To where I can, credit to my work, to my trainer, and to, the workouts. Right. But, with those workouts, I'm able to burn off, that food and that extra weight. So that the food that I am eating, it paid off.
No, because even earlier, I mean, you walked in and I was like, man, you look taller, and you were like, man, I'm, thinning out, man, but you are, so,
Appreciate
I mean, great job with that, bro.
Trying.
No, but I mean...
But I still got the dad bod. I still got to represent the dad bod.
No, so. Yeah, bro. That's where you absorb those punches,
exactly.
Man. So
especially with these big dudes, they're going to keep trying to knock me out. Everybody wants to knock me out for some reason. I don't know why, but...
You probably just have that personality. That, like, this guy's always happy, man. You always are, though, man. You're always smiling and laughing, and that's one of the things. Like when people think fighters, they're like, "Oh man, these guys are mean or just rude or whatever." But I mean, you're a parent. You're a dad. I mean, the fact that you're still human, of course. You don't go out there with bad intentions, right? I mean, once you're in the ring, maybe but I mean, come the like training and everything else. I mean, you gotta greet people and like, I mean, I can't think one day when I went to one of the weigh-ins where you were in a bad mood, man. Like every time you're out there greeting everybody, and I mean, what do you think you get that from? And is that something that when you were growing up, you're always like the cheerful guy?
Yeah, because I would get in trouble too by my dad, and because I was always laughing, always talking, always just being me. Yeah. And there's some times where you have to be serious, I guess, or and my dad's, sit down, boy, chill out, and you're always on the move, you're always talking, you're always smiling, laughing, just watch the game or watch the movie or chill out, go just something. So yeah, I've actually always been, even in school I would get in trouble. I was the class clown.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, man, were you the class clown?
I was the class clown, so even then they'd be like, he's real, he's real funny, he's good, but he overdoes it.
No, bro. My thing, like in high school, even in middle school, bro. Like I was always a quiet kid. I was always in the back. I didn't want to be noticed. So I was just like, you know what? And in middle school, I went to Horseman Middle School, and I guess the class that we had before lunch, for some reason, there was like, hey, if you're in that class, we had to go and play basketball, or we had to go and play volleyball against the other classes. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that was, but so I remember. Like our coach was like, hey, we're gonna play today, and hey, so and so, you're gonna be guard and you're gonna be this, and he's like, Mario, what are you gonna be? And I don't know why, and I said right guard, and everybody starts cracking up, bro, and then he got pissed, bro. Like he was just like, man, you don't say a damn word, and the minute I ask you, you say this, stupid shit. But ever since then, I noticed, I was just like, man, I'm gonna be the funny guy, man, and I was, bro. I was just like, you know what, and I mean, for the most part, I can be serious when it comes to life, but it's like I tell people, there's already enough negativity out there, bro. Like, why feed to it, I just rather laugh about stuff and keep going,
I even got yelled at by one of my opponents during, I want to say weigh-ins or the press conference. I just had a smile on my face. Nothing like towards him. I had a smile on my face, and he looked at me. What the fuck you laughing at? What's so funny? Oh shit! Oh my god!
Like what I do, man.
But yeah.
Did you win that fight though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. But something to smile about, man.
Oh yeah. Actually, that fight was that fight where we did the interview the first time. It was that fight against my opponent that was doing all the talking, and it was against him.
Man, well, you see, and I will say this, because even then, like, I noticed he had a chip on his shoulder. That was personal. That's probably between him and his coach, of course. But, he had to try to take it out somewhere, man.
Yeah.
But, bro, I mean, training, man. I mean, of course, you talked about conditioning, about cardio. I mean, rounds, like, leading up to this fight, this is going to be a 4-round fight?
Yes, sir.
Now, when it comes to training, is that what you're doing, like a minimum 4 rounds, or do you guys kind of go over?
My minimum is 6.
Oh, damn.
And my maximum is anything 12 and up.
Damn.
Yes, sir. We get it in, man. I get it in, man. I will say that. I get it in. But, as far as sparring, bag work, core work, anything, it's always 6 or more rounds. Anything. 4 rounds is just... Nah, my trainer ain't having it.
So where you going?
Yeah, so it's always 6 rounds and up.
You see, and that's the stuff like I was talking about earlier, man. Because I mean, you're a big guy, man, and I mean, for you to be able to go, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, I mean, that's freaking scary, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man.
The most I can to date to count is the most I've ever sparred was I think 14 rounds.
Damn.
And then mitt wise, the most I've done is 10. Bag work, the most I've done, I think one time I want to say it was 14 or 16 rounds.
Were those the days you were late? No. They're like, no, you're gonna make up for this time, man. But bro, I mean, training. I mean, you said you're always late. Where do you drive from? Because I mean, from Seguin here to San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, and of course 35, right? Or what do you bring? 10. Oh, it's even worse, bro.
Is it? I always thought 35 was worse.
Well,
10's bad, but
yeah. You see, I guess it depends on the timing because I go to Commerce a lot for deliveries, man, and then like I'd rather cut through 35 and go through the back, or you know, because yeah, 10's
I get caught
bad.
between Houston and Commerce, where the AT&T.
Oh yeah, bro.
I get caught right there to Nogalitos. That's the hard. That's that stretch right there.
No,
it's like a good.
I think from here, like every once in a while, like I'll leave and I'm like, damn, like I forget, and I'll be like, damn, that should have just freaking taken the Houston Street and cut through or somewhere else, bro. But it's just, I mean, San Antonio has been growing, man. There's a lot of people in here. You know, for those listening, I mean, we don't have any more houses, so, you know, move to Seguin. Seguin is nice, right, man? Tell them to go out there, bro. But, man, sponsors, man. I know you get a lot of support from friends and family. Sponsors. I mean, there's a lot of sponsors out there helping you out, man. And, I mean, something like that for those listening, even those interested in sponsoring you, man. I mean, it's important.
Yes,
I mean, as a fighter, because, I mean, as far as training, I mean, having to miss work, having to miss... You know, I mean, your diet, you know, just everything, man. So, I mean, what is it that they get? Because I know your team pushes for you, man. So, I mean, what did they get as far as out of that?
Basically everything that, you know, that I want. You know, as Team RURU, I want us to be, you know, like a full team. So whenever I win, we all win.
Right.
Whether it be, you know, exposure or, you know, better business or, you know, anything. I want to make sure that, you know, we all win. So it's a big help situation. They help me and I do whatever I can to help them with their business, you know, because without sponsors, you know, a lot of this stuff would be like, you know, very, very, very stressful.
Oh yeah, very financial, because of course, you know,
so
it's just
I try to do whatever I can, you know, to support my sponsors the way they support me, and, you know, to back them up the way they back me up, because they play a big part in this.
No, definitely, man. And I know, like I said, I mean, because I see your team out there pushing your sponsors all the time, and I'm like, you know what, man, a lot of fighters don't understand that, because it'd be nice if people just gave you money, you know, that'd be cool. I'd take it, you know, but at the same time, I mean, they're businesses. They're like, hey, I'm trying to make it too, and the fact that you just said what you said, man. I mean, it makes sense, you know, for them to grow with you, because, I mean, I see you making appearances. I mean, you know, stopping at different venues, different shops, and I'm like, man, you know what? I mean, that's work within itself, bro. So I mean, I give you, you know, props for that too, man, because, you know, I mean, being in business, of course, man. You know, we want exposure, or you know, they want to be able to make more sales, or, you know, whatever the case is. But yeah, man. But I mean, as far as to contact you, man, I mean, where can they reach you at for sponsorship options?
There's a Team RURU page on Facebook, and also my marketing team and my marketing manager, Marcel Martinez. He's right here.
Oh yeah.
And you can reach out to him on Facebook, or you can just reach out to me directly, RURU Santiago, on Instagram and on Facebook. Yeah. And we also have you know, Cash App page, Team RURU Boxing, and I want to say that's it. Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, of course, I mean, like you said, man. I mean, your management team, they're on it. Now, when it comes to with the Cash App, and that's one of the things I was even fighters that I know, man, because I say, you know what, man, if you put the Cash App out there, a lot of times people will donate. You know, it can be 10, 20s. I mean, everything helps. So of course,
it does. When some of my stuff got stolen a while back, someone broke into my car, and you know, I mean, every little bit helps. And sure enough, when we posted that, a lot of people were, you know, were sending 10, 20, $50. Every little bit helps, and I get messages. It's not a lot, bro, but you know, it's something. I'm like, man, you could have sent me $1. And I even tell my sponsors that sometimes too. They're like, you know, so what do packages are like? And like, I'm the type of person, dude, you give me $1 to $5, I'm gonna tell you thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way that I am. So yeah, every little bit helps, and you know, it's pretty cool.
No, for sure, man.
There is really good people out there still.
No, yeah, you see, and a lot of them, it has to do because of fighters like yourself, man. I mean, you go on there with a good personality. I mean, you're not you're not being negative, you're not talking bad. It's just everything. You know, it is a fight. I mean, it is a business. I mean, you're going out there to perform, but you know, I'm sure they see that too, man, because you don't want to be a trash talker, and they're gonna be like, oh man, you know, they might be a business trying to bring customers, and you're over here scaring them away, right?
Right.
So I'm sure that helps, bro. Because I will say this. Last weekend, I mean, we were supposed to meet up. I was at a venue, of course, under the Hayes Bridge, man. You guys had to leave, but you had the was that trunk or treat?
Yeah.
Event, right?
Yeah.
And how did that go, man?
It was awesome.
It looked like fun. I was
It
like,
was
I should have gone with you, man.
I didn't even think I got into a dance competition
I know.
with my daughter.
I think you lost, bro. I think you lost that one, but you know what? I'll give it to your kid.
But
man.
it was fun, man, and things like that. It's fun to do, and to be able to be put in a position to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool. Shout out to my boy Mark Hernandez for inviting me to be part of that. Thank you, bro. And it was a really great turnout.
No, yeah,
so
bro,
cool.
and I mean, and those are the things that like keep you humble. Because
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
like, you know what, man, like you said, you're still starting, man, but the fact that like you said, in 20, in a year or 2 years from now, have the opportunity to fight for a world title or for a bigger platform and still be able to come home and do that, man. I mean, those are the things that people appreciate. Because I mean, there's gonna be somebody in your shoes then thinking like, man, you know what, like. I want to be like that guy, and you're like, man, I am that guy, you can be, be able to come back to the gym and just hang out with fighters, or even talk to people. I mean, you'd be surprised, bro. I'm sure there is now. I mean, I'm sure there's fighters out there that are, following you and going like, man, I want to do this, and they can, right?
Yeah.
What would be some advice, like, for those out there trying to make it, bro? I mean, of course, starting off, say they're like, man, I want to go pro. Like, I mean, what would you advise them to do?
Just be yourself, man. Have fun. That's the main things. Be disciplined and have fun. I kind of lost that feeling of having fun. Maybe my last fight, I won and everything, but I lost the feeling of having fun because I started thinking about it too much.
Oh man, okay.
So I got the mentality back of do what got you here. Have fun with it. So like I said, the second you stop having fun and the second you feel like you know it all, that's when you should probably hang them up, because that's that's it.
No, yeah, yeah, because you shut yourself mentally, and they're like, if you're thinking you know everything, then that's pretty much it, man. I mean, of course, there's always something to learn. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always new people to spar with and work out with, man. So of course, I mean, the fact that you might start gymnastics soon, man. That's hey,
right.
we won't know, man.
I just started stretching this camp too, like not doing yoga or nothing like that,
right.
Just basic stretching, and that's even paid off a little bit more because I've never been a stretcher. When I go run, never. When I go run, I just go straight into it.
Damn.
And when I'm done, that's it. Or even when training, when I go to training, I was never one to warm up and stretch. I would just get there, even sparring, get there, and I'd gear up.
All right, let's go. You already have the rules on.
Yeah, so I started stretching this camp, and that's paid off a lot too. I feel a lot better too.
And what about like a chiropractor, man? I mean, during camp, or massage therapist?
My wife.
Anything like that?
My wife.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. She's like, hey, you better be mine. She's out there listening.
No, but she does play a good part too on days, where my hands are like really sore.
Oh yeah.
She'll rub my hands. When my shoulders are sore from sparring, she rubs my shoulders. Shout out to you, babe. She even rubs my feet. You know what I'm saying? She rubs my feet some days.
That's a keeper, man.
Some days, and I don't have the prettiest feet. You know what I'm saying? The Lord blessed me with many talents, but he got me on my feet. So for her to be able to rub my feet and on days where I'm really am sore and stuff like that, she holds it down.
No, man, that's great, bro. Especially you getting that support. I mean, it matters from all walks of life, but I mean, have somebody at home supporting you like that, man. I mean, it makes it even easier, bro.
Yeah, she's a big part of that too. Like for her to double up on shifts sometimes, for her having to work, and then with me going to the gym, she's
home with the kids.
She's home with the kids, and she allows me to do this because.
Oh yeah. As much as a lot of guys would be like, oh, I'm boss. It's like, man, it doesn't work that way, man.
Nah, I'll be the first to tell you. Even like when my buddy, hey, you wanna ride with me to San Antonio real quick? Hold on, bro. I gotta ask the boss real quick. Or somebody, hey, you wanna go? So let me talk to the boss real quick.
No, for sure, man. I'm the same way, bro. And it's out of respect too.
Yeah,
it's not just like, hey, I'll be back. It's like, nah, bro, because. I mean, as much as she does, I'm sure, I know in my relationship, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I do that I don't have to, but I do it just because I'm like, you know what, she works a full-time job just like myself, and I mean, she takes care of the house more than me. I will admit that.
Yes.
But it's just like when it comes to the yard, it comes to taking out the trash, all that stuff. I mean, I do it, man. I'm like, you know what, man. I mean, it's the least I could do. But yeah, man. I mean, of course, I'd like to say, happy wife, happy life, man. So
absolutely, absolutely.
And bro, now let me ask you, as far as sponsors, I mean, of course, for the most part, it's financial. Right? I mean, they help you out financially, but as far as like products, man, I mean, do you have any product sponsors?
My boy Joseph Martinez, he goes by J-Mart on Instagram. He does all my shoes for fight night. Yes, he's really cool with the shoes. He does custom shoes, well, basically anything, but. He can do anything, and for all my fights, he sponsors me for my shoes, and I also have my barber, Benny the barber.
Of course.
He gets me right before every weigh-in, before every
right cut, man.
Before every press conference and before fight night or on fight night, So he takes care of me then. So yeah, shout out to J Mart and shout out to Benny. They take care of everything. But yeah, they're pretty cool people too as well.
No, man, and of course, man, I'm pretty sure they have as far as what they do, man, because I mean, like I said, I mean, the businesses out there, of course, man, they appreciate that. They appreciate this, even shout outs. I mean, the fact that your management team, you're working your pages and throwing you out there, man. I mean, it says a lot, bro.
For sure. And also a new sponsor we got this fight, Universal Credit Repair. They
I saw that.
They're a new sponsor. They've actually been following me for a while now, and the fight that they fell in love with too was the fight with me and his name's Robert Zavala. Me and Zavala. That was the draw, and that's okay. They saw me go down, and then they saw me put him down. So like I said, it speaks a lot. So there's a lot of people. I gained a lot of respect and a lot of fans for that fight.
No, man, for sure. And, you see, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't forget what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. No, but I was going to say too, man, because even you doing this, I mean, there's people listening. I mean, there's companies, there's businesses. There might be people with money, who knows, that just want to help out, man. So, of course, this is kind of why you do things like this. I mean, make appearances, show up, show your support, and let people know that, I mean, you're here for the people, man, and you're looking to give back, and yeah, man, everybody appreciates that.
For sure.
Now, brother, let me ask you, bro, I mean, right now, I mean, of course, you came from Seguin. You have been fighting local for the most part, and you said, like, when you want to step up, I mean, say if they call you and they're like, hey, you got to fight in New York, or you got to fight, like, being not in town, man, you think that'll affect you? I mean, you going out there knowing, okay, well, now I don't have anybody. You have your team, of course, but, I mean, something like that, bro. Let me put you in that situation.
I want to say yeah. But also the mentality that I have too, it's I think that it might actually be good for me, because now I'm going to somebody else's backyard. So now it's basically the same mentality, like, where you're not gonna beat me. But now that I'm in your backyard, I'm gonna show you, like,
I'm gonna come over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna come here and do what I do there, what I do at home. So. I want to say, yeah, it is a little bit, intimidating, just a little bit, because, you're fighting somewhere else you've never been before. You don't have a crowd behind you. No one knows who you are, so you've got to work maybe a little bit harder to get that. But also, I feel like, this is what we do. This is what we train for. So just go out there, have fun, handle your business.
No, definitely, my man. And, bro, I appreciate you guys stopping by here, man. I mean, I know as far as your training, I mean, it's got to be hectic. I can only imagine. But the time that you make time for this, bro, or anything else, I mean, I know you've been on other podcasts as well, but I'm sure they appreciate it, bro. So, wrapping this up, I mean, of course, I mean, you already posted your sponsors, man. I mean, is there anybody out there you want to thank, man?
I want to thank also my buddy Max Marion. He's a owner of Culture. It's a clothing store in Seguin.
Yeah.
He's been a long time supporter and a long time sponsor from even when I was in the amateur days.
Nice.
He would, send, if, I'd post, I got a fight this weekend at Trader's Village or something like that. He'd throw me like $50 for gas just to get there. For after weigh-ins, go get your meal or something like that. So, he's been a long time sponsor, and shout out to him. Shout out to my mom for, keeping me right, bringing me down to Texas in the first place. Because if without her, I never would have been here. Shout out to the Team RURU page and the Team RURU, my team. They do everything for me. As far as all the leg work that they do. Shout out to my wife. She holds it down every day, all day, every day. Shout out to La Conecta brand.
Oh yeah,
he's another sponsor. He's been on the team for a while, and he's always looking out. Definitely's got some cool air fresheners. Oh yeah, and they smell good.
Every time I go to the gas station, I see his stuff, bro.
He's everywhere.
And I've actually been taking pictures. Every time I go and I see one, I take a picture and I tag him on Instagram, bro. Because I'm like,
cool.
Hey,
yeah, he's been a long time supporter, and he just recently got his own building too. So look him up on social media. La Conecta brand. No, he's got a lot of good stuff. Shout out to my coach, Rudy, and Coach Fern, for pushing me every day to, be better than I was the day before. Shout out to Rick Morones, Big Rick.
Oh, yeah, of course, bro.
For keeping me active and, giving me, these life-changing opportunities that he has given me. Because, since I've started, fighting for Rick, I found myself, and I found, what I can do. So thank you, Rick. Shout out to Rick, and just shout out to the whole TMB, boxing gym for welcoming me in, to the gym, and, for treating me like family, and for, everything that they do for me too, training-wise, sparring. Shout out my sparring partners, Justin, Tyrell, Virgil. You guys are great. You guys beat me up and pushed me to be the fighter that I am too on fight night. So, thank you to you guys, and, my kids. Big shout out to my kids for keeping me humble and keeping me in the right state of mind.
No, definitely, man. And of course, everybody, the TMB Promotion, then going down December 3rd here in San Antonio, Texas at the Freeman Coliseum. Go to their Facebook page or follow the man here, RURU, on his Instagram, on his Facebook pages to get more information. But man, I thank you, bro. Thank you, for always stopping by, man. I really do appreciate this. Yes, everybody out there, of course, this is sPidA, the Fight Card Podcast. Till next time, follow up. A few seconds, but we should be good, man. Bro, yeah, man. I mean, I thank you. Like I said, I mean, I know, having to come out here and, it means a lot to me, man. It really does, bro. Because, I mean,